locking in on this one.
I'ma show them it's a difference. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches in they feelings. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is business. Stuffing Mac shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a difference. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This tourist hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb. Drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn them to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me, if you see them, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping, you can see the tracks. Follow me, I can teach you something, have receive, relax. If you gon' speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas and we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give them some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I would eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I paid, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious man, stay inquiring. They can't stop what's coming.
Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
Amazing honor don't lack no soldiers for the Spirit of the Lord. We don't lack no soldiers. You understand me?
The saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under YAHANNA, ain't me murdered by them and got a hug from YAHANNA. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí. Lord Commander General YAHANNA, I.S.U.P.K.
This is what Commander General YAHANNA. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Okay, let's get it rolling. Hey, Shalom, brothers. Yahweh Bashim Yashabrak Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thumb Bashim Yahweh to all the sisters. This priest and officer 500 Barak Ya Allah with the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Joel YAHANNA. You understand? And tonight, like every Tuesday night, we have the Brotherhood class, right? We teach our brothers and sisters to love one another, you know, to stay with one another, to give compassion to one another before they give compassion to anyone else. You understand? We're going to show you tonight that, as you can see, I don't know if y'all are really watching the news whatsoever, but they have what they call, quote unquote, an immigration problem, which really is not a problem at all, because there's immigrants coming to America, coming to Canada every day. You know, the problem is that there's a specific people that's coming in that they despise. So they're going to say that they have an immigration problem just because they despise that specific people. Who are those people? They're the so-called Latinos, the so-called West Indians, the so-called Haitian, which is really just one people, you know, of different tribes. That's it. Because there's really no immigration problem. There's no issues for other immigrants like the Asians or the East Indians when they come over here. The only problem they have is with blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's it. Not that Native Americans are immigrants, but the point is, this is the people that they despise, the people that they hate to the core. You understand? And really, tonight's class, we're gonna pull up a few articles. Right? Tonight's class again, it's about the so-called immigration problem. Just to show that there's no immigration problem really, and the problem is really not with the immigrants, is that y'all are comfortable in Canada and in the US drinking y'all fruit smoothies, strawberries, grapes, orange, juice, fruit smoothies, whatever, because you have blacks and Latinos working in the fields, picking up all those fruits. Without blacks and Latinos, y'all will not be able to enjoy your Starbucks orange juice. You understand? You wouldn't have all those fruits, bananas, cherries in those supermarkets without blacks and Latinos and Native American Indians, because those people damn near make the country. We don't run the country, but we make the country run smooth. And saying without us, there wouldn't be no Canada, there wouldn't be no US, there wouldn't be no UK. No kingdom would prosper without us, right? And we're really going to show you that to all the so-called immigrants coming over here. Don't think that immigration is your ticket or your way out of the hell that you're living in, right? Wherever you're immigrating from, whether you're coming from Haiti, you're coming from Jamaica, you're coming from Mexico, from Colombia. Listen, you're going to see that wherever we go, we will remain oppressed because we're still disobeying the Most High. And it's not about having, a Christian belief or a Catholic belief. No. Because those people, you understand, the people known today as so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true chosen people of God. We're the real biblical Jews of antiquity. And the reason why we're cursed, we're going to see, right? I'm going to show you the reason why we're cursed is because we disobey our Father. We disobey the Most High, right? It's not just about the fact that Canada or the US or whichever Caucasian kingdom had a hand in destabilizing a country. No, right? It plays a part in it, but the main reason why we're in the condition that we're in is because we disobey the Most High. Nothing more, nothing less. You understand? So let's get into this article. We're going to start with an article from Montreal, right? It's from last month, but it's still relevant to the topic. You understand? And then we're going to get into some scriptures and also address questions or comments. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the chat. Right. I seen a question earlier. I think it was from Wayne. Wayne was asking if slavery actually happened. Yes, slavery did happen. I don't know what would make you think that slavery did not happen. Right. But yes, slavery did happen. You understand? Give me 1 second. Right, so let's get into this article. Shalom, for tuning in. Trooper Kwadashi Allah. My E for my brother. Right. Wayne said the leader of the Hebrew Israelite Church said it never happened. I don't know who those leaders are. They're just Christians claiming, whatever they claim, whatever nonsense they say. They would have to prove that slavery never happened. Right. It's easy you could say it anytime. You could say an orange is yellow or an orange, an orange just sprouts out of the ground, but until you can prove it, I mean, it's just nonsense, really, right? So whoever says that slavery never happened will have to go ahead and prove it. And they can't, and without saying that, well, there's no slave ships anymore. Wood decays. Wood is not, um, wood is not immune to decay, meaning wood rots. So if there's no slave ships, that you cannot see today, that's normal. I mean, after months and months on the sea, with all the humidity and the salt from the sea, the wood is just gonna rot. You understand? But if that's their argument for the fact that slavery never happened, listen, no sweat. We're in 2024. You could believe whatever they want to believe. They could believe today that they're a yellow cat, and you would have to believe them, because if not, you would offend them. So let them believe that slavery never happened. That's no sweat. I know myself personally, I descend from runaway slaves. So yeah, slavery did happen. If they feel like it never happened, Lord be with them. But let's get into this article. This is from cbc.ca, right? CBC Canada. It says, it's unfair. Haitians in Quebec are upset that province has opted out of federal family reunification program. For those who are not familiar with that program, it's a program specifically targeting Haitian migrants where, they're trying to reunite family and bring them to Canada, right? Specifically to Montreal and Quebec. But now the government of Quebec just canceled that whole program. Ain't no reunifying families anymore from Haiti. Yes, so all those, and really, it should tell you something. All those Haitian brothers and sisters coming over here thinking, they're going to be able to escape the hell of living in Haiti. Listen, I'm not saying that over here is as bad as in Haiti. I'm saying that regardless of wherever you go, you're going to be oppressed. And that if you put your faith in the oppressor or in whatever he says, you're going to be deceived. You're going to get a wake-up call and be deceived so badly. It's like you're damn near not going to be able to believe it. Why? Because you think that the modern day standard of success, most people have it by observing our oppressors. Our oppressors is running the world. Our oppressors have all types of businesses. They run the Diamond District. They run Hollywood. They're prime ministers, presidents. They live in mansions. They run the stock market, whatever the case is, right? Y'all looking at it like, you know what? We should be able to do that. If maybe we integrate with them, we might get a piece of the pie. We might be part of that quote unquote American dream. Come to find out, it's that dream, just like Martin Luther King. It's nothing but a dream. It's not something real. You understand? At least not for you. Not for you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. There is no such thing for us as sharing the same heaven as our oppressor. You understand? Let's get into the article, right? Paul Toussaint was hopeful that Canada's new humanitarian program aimed at reuniting Haitians, among others, with Canadian family members would mean his mother and two sisters would finally be able to join him in Montreal. That is until he learned Quebec would not be taking part. Again, he thought that, good night, our oppressor is just going to let Haitians' family reunite together, right? He had faith in his oppressor. He trusted in his oppressor. Yes, for what? Just to be deceived by the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. Again, devil doesn't mean red man with like hooves and a forked tail and a pitchfork in his hand with horns. Don't think of devil as someone that looks like Hellboy. Right? Devil just means deceiver, just means liar. That's all it means. You understand? And this man, right, was deceived thinking that he's going to be able to reunite with his family when they come over to Canada, to Montreal. Come to find out, that program has been canceled from a minute ago. You understand? Let's jump down a bit. It says the federal program announced in October that Canadian Immigration Minister Mark Miller will open the door to 11,000 people from Colombia, Haiti, Venezuela, who have immediate family members living in Canada, either as citizens or permanent residents. Right. So now there was a program that say, they're gonna welcome people from primarily Colombia, Haiti, and Venezuela to reunite with their family in Canada. Come to find out, they canceled that program, right? In some parts of Canada. So basically, he was lying. The our president was lying. That is just was just false hope for our people. But the thing is that we should not be surprised. The oppressor made over 300 treaties with so-called Native American Indians and hasn't respect not one of them. Not one. You understand? Good night. Listen. Yeah, we don't. If you have a weird name in the chat, you're gonna be booted out real quick. We don't need no nonsense like that, right? But the point is, listen, whenever we trust in our oppressor, the only thing that could happen is deceit. We're gonna get deceived. We should not put our trust in the oppressor. Immigrating from wherever, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Haiti, Jamaica, coming over here to Canada, to the US, going to the UK, we have that idea that, you know what, I'm going to have a chance to make it over there. What chance are you going to have to make it? Listen, just like we're oppressed in Jamaica, we're oppressed in Canada. Just like we're oppressed in Mexico, we're oppressed in California. Wherever we are, we'll be oppressed. Don't think by taking a plane ticket, by walking through the jungle is gonna help. Right? I'm not saying that brothers and sisters should not come over here, but if y'all have a state of mind that coming over here will be the solution, y'all gonna get a harsh wake-up call. Right? And I'm gonna show that with the other article that I prepared for y'all. It's about a brother who came over here from Guatemala. He's facing charges of they're trying to charge him with manslaughter. Why? Because in Florida, a sheriff was trying to apprehend him or question him just for the fact that he looked suspicious. Listen, for those who coming over here, don't think it's all happiness and flowers when you come to America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, or whatever nonsense they say, or Canada or France, they're looking at you. You're suspicious from the time that you're being conceived in your mother's womb. You're suspicious. That brother who was working in the field, picking up fruits, vegetables, so that that devil, is able to enjoy a good meal with his family, was apprehended and questioned for looking suspicious. And the sheriff who tried to apprehend him suffered a heart attack. So now they're accusing the brother of manslaughter. And what was in that brother's mind? That brother's mind really coming over here from Guatemala is looking for a better way of life, looking for a way out of oppression, for a way out of hell. Unfortunately, that brother got a harsh and really bad wake-up call that I'm oppressed in Guatemala. I'm oppressed in the US just like I'm oppressed in Guatemala. And the worst part is that even though some people, I read some comments that the brother is actually lucky he didn't get on the life, he just got arrested. I don't understand that state of mind saying he's lucky, at least he's not unalived. He's still being oppressed. So what? He's not as oppressed as he could have been, so he's lucky? Is that what it is? That's crazy. But let's get into this article and then we're going into some precepts, right? So it says, Attorney for Guatemalan 19-year-old accused an officer's death asked for charges to be dropped. Virgilio Aguilar Mendez is charged with manslaughter in the death of a St. Johns County, Florida officer who died of a heart attack after a struggle with Mendez. And really, when you look at the video, because y'all can still Google it and look at it, if you look at the video itself, you can't even say that it was a struggle. Shalom officer, for tuning in on Facebook. You cannot even say that it was actually a struggle. When you look at the video, right, he's basically being tortured because the brother is saying, he can't speak English, right? And throughout the video, he repeats to the sergeant, "Listen, I don't speak English, right? I'm not gonna try to imitate his accent whatsoever, but you understand, like a Hispanic brother coming over here, not knowing one lick of English, just be able to say, I don't speak English." He's being tackled to the ground. They're trying to wrestle him. They're literally tasing him, and all he could do is scream, saying, "I don't speak English," and he cannot understand what's going on, right? So how are you gonna try? Like, plus we're in Florida. It's not even like there's no Hispanic people on the police force that could have came, that that was not able to come as an interpreter or a translator, right? It took one call. He could have just made one call to have a so-called Hispanic brother come over here and just to translate for the brother. But no, they had to tackle the brother to the ground and they had to tase him to the point where at some point that sergeant suffered a heart attack. And because it's a police officer, you know what? Even if it was not a police officer, because it's a goddamn devil, to say, you know what, we're going to charge him. Like, he's not even supposed to be there, but they still need slaves to work those prisons. So we're going to charge him. We're not going to deport him. We're going to charge him with manslaughter. That's the spirit of our oppressor, the goddamn devils the Bible speaks of, right? Let's get into the article. The attorney of Virgilio Aguilar Mendez, an indigenous Guatemalan teen who is charged with manslaughter after a St. Johns County sergeant's death, has filed a new motion asking that the case be dropped. Mendez is charged with manslaughter in the death of Sergeant Michael Kunovich, who died of an irregular heartbeat after he engaged in a struggle with Mendez. He had attempted to question Mendez, who does not speak English, for being suspicious. That's it. He didn't commit a crime. If you look at the video even, right, all he did was most likely coming back from work. He was just walking in the streets at night, in the parking lot of a motel, most likely to get a room or to go back to his room, right? And then he got apprehended. And if we go further down into the article, it's this brother was basically working in the fields cutting melons. That's it. So that brother who's working in the fields cutting melons so that Mr. Sergeant Kunovich and his family enjoys like watermelon during summer had to be almost unalived. They could not unalive him, so they're gonna find a way to punish him for no specific reason. So they're gonna charge him with manslaughter. That's the spirit of your oppressor. Don't think you're going to come over here, live the American dream, even if you work as hard as you can in the field and then get a better job, so on and so forth. Listen, just like you're oppressed in PR, you're going to be oppressed over here. Just like you're oppressed in Mexico, you're going to be oppressed in the US or in Canada. Listen, in Canada, there's a lot of the Mexican coming over here are being hired illegally by devils, promising them papers and permanent residency, citizenship, so they could hire, make their family come over here. You don't hear about that too much because they're afraid to speak out. Why? Because they're being threatened to either being sent back to Mexico, which is the land they fled, or because those devils are working hand in hand with some criminal organization who are threatening those Mexican families and non-Mexican like Guatemalan families as well. So it's like they're not being given a choice, and they're being hired on false pretenses that they're gonna get their papers at some point, which is false. You understand? Let's get some scriptures, right? Nobleza Taina says, are you pro-immigration? Listen, I'm pro-black and brown people and Native American. If our people wants to immigrate over here, good. Let them immigrate over here, you know, because the problem again is not immigration. I think you probably missed the beginning of the class, right? The problem is not immigration. The problem is just that America and Canada they don't have a problem with immigration. They have a problem with Latinos coming over here because nobody is speaking on East Indians coming over here. Nobody's speaking on the biggest illegal immigrants of the Asians coming over here. No one's speaking on Ukrainians coming over here. The real problem that America and Canada have is Latinos. They don't care. It's not even an immigration problem. The proof is that there's so much immigrants coming over here working in the fields. It's not a problem. They just have a problem with just blacks and Latinos. That's it. They despise Latinos. That's why they have a problem with immigrations. You understand? So Latinos are not Indians. That's offensive to most real Indians. I never said Latinos are Indians. And I'm just using certain terminologies so that the people understand who I'm talking about. Because Latino is not necessarily a people. Latino is really a broad term for the people that will be inhabiting what is considered as Latino America. But Caribbean islands are considered part of Latino America. Does that mean that every single Caribbean people would be considered Latino? Not necessarily. So that I'm just using general terms so people understand who I'm talking about, right? And how Latinos my people. Listen, how are Latinos not my people? That is the question, right? Because with that question, you would assume that you know where I'm from. You would assume that you might know my ethnicity or my background, right? And if you're judging that based on my skin complexion, that's not better than what our oppressor has been doing for damn near a couple centuries now. You understand? But no sweat. How are Latinos not my people? That's the question that you should ask. Right. With that said, let's get into some precepts to understand that really the solution, because you're gonna come over here, whether you're so-called Latino or even if you're a Haitian, you're gonna come over here and think that you're gonna segregate yourself with the Haitian community and still trying to integrate your oppressor's kingdom, not understanding that. Listen, you still run the risk of getting deported. Whether you're born here or not. That's irrelevant. You understand? You're still getting the risk of getting deported over here, whether you're Haitian, Jamaican, or Mexican. You understand? The only solution is to come together. Is for the Dominicans and the Haitians to stop warring, to stop making war to each other. It's for the Puerto Ricans to stop beefing with the Dominicans over here. The Jamaicans and the people from St. Vincent, the same, right? Martinique and Guadeloupe, the Mexicans and the Salvadoreños need to stop fighting each other because they're gonna come over here. Listen, in America, they don't give a damn whether you're Mexican, whether you're Salvadoreño or Guatemalteco. They all consider you Mexican, and then they always send you back. So coming over here and segregating yourself with what you say is your people strictly from the land that you came from really is not the solution at all. That's not the solution. You understand? The solution is coming together under one banner, which is the I.S.U.P.K. We're the only solution, and we'll show you right now, right? Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, it says, give me one moment, I'm going to get that right now. Let me get that right now for y'all. Taina says, Spain didn't oppress Latin America. Their elite Creole populace sought to end. See, Nobleza, here's two things. Either you're of Spaniard descent or you just love your oppressor. Because if you say Spain never oppressed the land that is called Latino America today, then how are those people speaking Spanish? I think I muted someone by accident. No sweat. How are the people of Latino America speak Spanish? Why do they speak Spanish today? If Spain never oppressed nobody. You understand? If Spain never good night. Taina, you just, here's two things, Taina, right? Because of that comment, I'm going to have to refrain from addressing you clearly. Two things. You're either of Spaniard descent and you're proud to be Spaniard. And if that's the case, no sweat. Be proud as you want to be a Spaniard if that's what you are. But if you're not of Spaniard descent, right, and you're actually a Taina, you just love your oppressor. Because the Taino today, they speak Spanish because Spain, they were forced by the sword to speak Spanish today. You understand? And you say, ask real Hispanic. You don't even know what a Hispanic is clearly, because Hispanic just means Spanish speaking. People who speak Spanish are Hispanic. You understand? You said no one oppresses. Listen, Christopher Columbus, as a matter of fact, that's crazy, right? That Taina is saying that, because the transatlantic slave trade started with the conquistadores taking 1,100 Tainos, right? They took 1,100 Tainos, brought them back to Spain. Out of those 1,100, only 300 survived. And they call it good business. Yeah, you're clearly, I don't even think you're a Spaniard, really. You clearly love your oppressor, and you suffer from what is called Stockholm syndrome, right? You suffer from Stockholm syndrome. No sweat. Guess what? The ISUPK, which is the home of the truth, will give you the cure. What is the cure? Is the truth. The truth shall set you free. If you think good night. This is crazy. If you think Spain never oppressed nobody, you don't even know nothing about the history of your own people. That's what it is, right? And clearly, you don't know history. You clearly do not know history. If you say that Spain never did nothing. Listen, Kodashi Allah, my brother, is of Puerto Rican descent, right? He's in the chat right now, too. He's looking at your comments. He's either pissed off or he's laughing at your ignorance, right? Let's talk facts. You don't know history, and that's facts. You understand? Anyways, until you come up with some actual facts, you're going to be put on timeout, as a matter of fact, right? You don't even know what a Latino is. Latino is, listen, people of the Caribbean would be considered Latino just because they are part of what is Latino America today, right? Listen, that troll is, listen, Benito, you're not going to come in the chat yet. Benito, I told you already. Once you have 200 followers, you come on the chat and argue with us if you can. If until then, you know, you're going to troll somewhere else, but no sweat. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, it says, gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. And you know, the problem I have with the scripture is that a lot of brothers and sisters say, they come over here thinking, you know, God so loved the world, or thank God I made it to America. Thank God I'm able to integrate. Thank God this, thank God that. Listen, God is not about integration. And if God so loved the world and loved everybody, why is there a nation not desired? You understand? Y'all should ask yourself that. If God loved it, why is there a nation not desired? It's simple. Because those people who are called to come together is the nation of Israel, who's dispersed, who's divided right now. It's calling for Mexicans to join with Salvadoreños. You understand? It's calling for Haitians to join with Dominicans. Right? We're one family. That's really what it is. You understand? We are the nation not desired, because again, the immigration problem is not an illegal immigration problem. The problem is just that it's the Haitians coming over here. It's the Latinos coming over here. Because America and Canada don't have a problem with immigration. They let all types of immigrants come in. They have a problem with blacks and Latinos coming over here. That's it. They just they just hate our people to the guts. You know, We should not think that immigrating, even those who are able to immigrate, again, you're gonna be in hell in Canada and the US, regardless. Like, do you think where do you think we all live? We live in the barrios, we live in the hoods, we live in the ghettos over here. Don't think you're just gonna come and because you see 1, 2, 3 successful black and brown businesses, you know, some of them have duplexes, houses that you know what, I can make it the same. That's not how it goes. That's not how it is. Do you know how much these people had to sacrifice and had to compromise? I mean, Salakia. Good night. 1 second. Violation warning. See, I'm pretty sure it's Taina who reported us. She said violation warning, right? Pretty sure it's Taina who reported us. Just because she loves her oppressor. No sweat. Love your oppressor. Report us as much as you want. You can't stop the truth, you know. And if I'm saying something that is incorrect, go ahead, feel free to correct me in the chat. That is if you can. You know, hey, shalom, shel, Yahweh Shema, Tabashem, Yahweh Shai, sis. Right? Twar for tuning in. You understand? We should come together. The solution is us coming together. Because what? You're gonna join? Are you gonna really do you really think you would be able to join your oppressor's kingdom, your oppressor's empire? Do you really think that? Like, how is that a solution for you to integrate with the people that destabilized your country? The reason why Haiti is the way it is right now is because of the U.S. intervention and the French. So how do the Haitians think that they're going to be able to integrate with their oppressor's kingdom? You understand? Same thing as the Colombians, Mexicans. How our Latino brothers think that they have a fighting chance in the oppressor's kingdom when the reason why they immigrate is because of the oppressor in the first place, right? 1 second. If you have a question, we're going to address it right now. Chosen Aboriginal said, brown people don't even listen. You don't even know what you're talking about. We just fed 140,000 immigrants. They came to New York on December 9th, right? Don't even argue with the whites. See, every single time we have to deal with idiots. No sweat. Shalom says, do you have any questions or comments?
Yes. How you doing? Shalom.
I think to us says, but sis, I just thought to let you know this is our weekly class. This is not our show, but go ahead. Questions or comment.
Okay. I have a co-worker and my best friend. My co-worker, he's Ethiopian, and my best friend, she's from the Bahamas. Okay, what they said to me, they said Black Americans don't have a home to go back to.
Right. Do you have a question on that, or do you want me to?
Do we?
It's no sweat. So the funny thing is that the Bahamas, I mean, they're right in a sense where, people from the Bahamas immigrate over here, or for any Caribbean country, they immigrate over here, right? Whether it's Canada or the US, But then if they're sent back to Bahamas is still not the land of the Bahamian people. We're really indigenous to the Middle East. We're the people indigenous to the land, not the state of Israel, but the Middle East, like the Garden of Eden. That piece of the Middle East right there, that's our land. So right now in our oppressor's kingdom, while we're enslaved, there's nowhere for us to go to. Which is I was gonna go to that as well, right? One of my friends said, if the war comes to Canada, I'm gonna go back to Peru. What is there in Peru? What sense of safety are you gonna have
over there? You're right.
South America. Good night. Have you seen what's going on in Ecuador right now? They're saying Ecuador is on the brink of turning to what was Colombia in the 80s and what is Mexico right now. So there's nowhere for, even for those who immigrate over here, they have nowhere to go to. The only place that they can go is in the ISUPK, whether it's in the States, whether it's in Haiti, whether they're in Mexico. That's basically the topic of the class. First of all, I just have also to clarify this. You know, the Ethiopians, listen, God is gonna slay you by his sword. That's what the scripture says. So you should not even care about whatever the Ethiopian has to say. That Ethiopian had your forefathers in slavery at some point, you know. But that Slovakia?
Hold on, you say Ethiopians had our people in slavery?
Yeah, the Ethiopians are the Babylonians of antiquity, and we were slaves at the hands of the Babylonians. Yeah, the Ethiopians are the slave master we had in antiquity as well. Just like we were a slave to the Greeks, to the Romans, to the Arabs, to the Iranians, which were the Persians. The Babylonians are just Ethiopians that built a city called Babylon, and they named themselves after the name of their city. But those are the same people, you know? So whatever that Ethiopian cat says, listen, enjoy your kingdom. Go back to Ethiopia, stay in America, and enjoy the kingdom that you're in right now. Because listen, when we're gonna be on top, you're gonna have, you and your children will have Ethiopians in chains. Whether you like it or not, I mean, it's not personal. I have nothing personal against Ethiopians. That's just what the Bible says. Listen, we'll be on top, and the rest of the nations, they'll be in chains. You know, we will rule over our oppressors. And whatever I think is irrelevant, God says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not your ways. What matters is what God says. What matters is justice that God is going to bring. You know, I have friends of all types of nations in the world I went to school with. God doesn't care if I have a best friend that's white or Arab. These people are going to go in chains. You know, yeah, if I want to anyone wants to complain, go file a complaint to God. That's it. But that sister from Bahamas, listen, World War III is going to come to America. She won't have nowhere to go to either. Don't think the Bahamas is going to be spared. You know.
You know where she don't believe in God at all. She said everything is a lie, and she was like, Christ ain't coming back for nobody, and so I was like, oh well, that's your belief. So
Lord be with her. You know, our people. I'm gonna get that. As a matter of fact, right? We're gonna get into that precept in a minute, where our people are not gonna listen. They're gonna reject the knowledge, and they're not gonna listen. If you were to run right now, tell the Chinese, listen, you're Israelites, and God said you're above everybody, the Chinese would accept it. If we would say that to the Arabs would accept it. Only our people reject the knowledge and the fact that they're Israelites and they're the chosen people. You know. But yeah, Salakia Shell, again, this is our class, you know, so I'm gonna have to continue with the class. But you already know you're always welcome on. You understand? We're gonna have our weekly show again. We'll be back this Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're welcome to come and bring all your comments, questions. You know, always appreciate it, sis.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no sweat. I'll see you with Shalom.
Shalom.
Shout out to Shell again. You understand? But let's get back to the topic real quick. And that's crazy how heathens have anything to say. Well, Black Americans don't have nowhere to go. Listen, go back. Listen, if that's you have somewhere to go back to Ethiopia. You understand? Go back to Ethiopia. Go beg for some rice and go act like a pirate. That's all you're good at, anyways. Like, what would we have to listen to anything that the heathens have to say about us? You know. Black issues is not Ethiopian issues, you know. So let them say what the hell they want to say. And again, I'm not really talking about the sister herself, Shell, right? But in general, any heathens, you know, they're trying to have a say in your condition. Listen, I'm in the condition I'm at today because you enslaved my people. You understand? We disobey God, and God lets you enslave us. And listen, you have nothing to say about us. You shouldn't have nothing to say about us, right? If you think you have the solution, so what is the solution for us? Ask your Ethiopian friends, your white friends, or Arabs that have anything to say about the conditions that your people are living in. What is the solution? They don't have it. The solution is that we need to come together and not give a damn what these people have to say. You understand? That's the solution. Contact the closest I.S.U.P.K near it. That's the solution. We'll come together as one people. In the I.S.U.P.K, there's no northern or southern kingdom. There's no Hispanics, Latinos, British. No, in the I.S.U.P.K, there's the 12 tribes. There's Ephraimites. There's Benjamites. There's Judites. There's no division. You understand? Because even when y'all come over here, y'all still divide each other. Right? You have those who've been here for what, 2-3 generations. Then you have the Paisas coming over here. You have the Haitians that have been here for 4 or 5 generations. Then you have the new immigrants. Like, it's not at this point, y'all not even fighting black versus brown. Y'all are fighting within each other. You understand? Y'all Haitians fight because Jamaicans fight because one is supporting one political party, the other is supporting another political party. So they're war at it against each other. You know, really, y'all need to come together as one, knowing that you're Israelites. It doesn't matter which political party you support. You should not even support a political party. Understand? And you can still come over here, because even if you stay on the island, don't think the island is ran by our people. What's his name? Forgot what's the name of the president or minister of Jamaica. He's put in place by oppressors regardless. So oppressors, they pull the string, and he's just a puppet. You understand? Again, we need to come together before it's too late. Let me read that again. And I'm going to address your question real quick, sis, but let me read that again, right? Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. It's talking about us, because all those illegal immigrants coming in, the Chinese are coming together. So it's not talking about them. And they let them in, as a matter of fact. So if they're not desired, why would they let them in? Right? It's talking about you, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Verse 2 says, before the decree break forth, before the day pass as the shaft, and before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. That's why we need to come together, more than ever. Listen, when World War III pops off and spreads to America, Canada, and the rest of Europe, what do you think is going to happen? Everybody's going to protect their people. Everybody's going to give a damn about their people only, but not about the others. So while he's still trying to integrate your oppressor's kingdom, and he's at war with the other nation, you think he's going to have time to think about those immigrants coming in? No. He's only going to have time to care about his people. Just like we only care about our people. Not that when we make a food drive or clothing drive, we'll deny anyone, but we're here for our people mainly. You understand? We have so much compassion we have for our people that when it comes to the others, it ran out. You understand? Before I get the other precept, Shell says, who are the West Indians? West Indian is a term that is used today to describe the people of the Caribbean island, like myself, or the Jamaicans, or the people from St. Vincent or Grenada, so on and so forth. Those are the people called West Indians today. The people of the Antilles, of the West Indies, Antilles, or Caribbean islands, right? Let's go to the next precept. We have Officers Abijah joining in. Shalom Arwan Yabashim Shabak Thought, what for tuning in. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms chapter 133. You're going to see that, listen, you're going to come over here. It's not about just gathering together in the same neighborhood. We have to dwell together as well in unity, because it's a good thing. No sweat, sis. I am the bar. You're welcome. Right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 133, verse 1. It says, behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Listen, you're going to come over here. Don't think you're just going to be in Spanish Harlem and still beef with one another. right? You're gonna have to dwell together in unity. Listen, who knows? Like all those immigrants, they don't know where to go. They're probably gonna integrate in the next black neighborhood. They're gonna have to gather with their black brothers and dwell with them, right? When I say black, of course, I mean like the people descended of the slaves in America and the Caribbeans. I'm not talking about no Africans or East Indians because all kinfolk ain't kinfolk. The point is that we're gonna have to gather and stay together. We're gonna have to be unified. We're gonna have to be one. Just like the Haitian says, l'union fait la force, right? In unity, there's strength. There's strength in unity. It's gonna be more than words. It's gonna be action. It's gonna be deeds. It's gonna be more than words. You understand? It's not just gonna be a saying from the Haitians, right? There's strength in unity. You're gonna have to see that. Listen, Mexicans in the barrios, they're not strong just by staying with Mexicans only. But when they gather with so-called African Americans, the Judites, when they gather with, the Central Americans or the Zebulonites, with the Puerto Ricans like Quadachiala, the Ephraimites, listen, now they're strong. We're strong people, because it's easy to conquer and to rule over us when we're divided. They divide us and they make us fight each other. Then they don't have to do nothing. Like, listen, and this, even the black and brown beef, don't think like, listen, black and brown beef is just what they call it. It's just, I think the proper term is smoke screen. It's hiding the real issue at hand. Black and brown beef is the same as brown on brown beef. Listen, just like black and brown unalive each other, right? Damn right, civil war. That's what it is. Just like black and brown unalive each other, Mexicans unalive Mexicans. So there is really no black and brown beef per se, right? It's just dividing. It's just a civil war. You understand? Native Americans don't. Do you think they're all at peace with each other? They're not. They're all fighting each other regardless, right? This is why we need to come together as one. You understand? This is the solution to that so-called immigration problem. The States or Canada will not take care of you. The I.S.U.P.K will take care of you, right? You don't have to agree with us. We'll take care of our people regardless. Again, like I said, December 9th, we fed 140,000 people or more. The next day, those people could spit in our face. The next week, they're still hungry. We'll still bring them a plate. We don't care with them. All we care about is our people, is the well-being of our people, because we know that if we don't care about our people, no one will. No one does, as a matter of fact. You understand? That's what we're going to have to, not only gathering together is one thing. We're all in the same neighborhoods regardless. So they make us gather together, but we have to dwell together, remain together in unity. Without that, listen, immigrate wherever you want. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change nothing. Straight up. And to the sister who was asking me if I had a problem with immigration, listen, I'm not only do I have immigrant parents, I'm an immigrant myself. Because it's not about immigration. The problem is not with immigration. The problem is with the people who immigrate over here. They're hated upon. They're frowned upon. Why? Because they're just who they are. You understand? Masood said, "What religion are you?" I don't follow a religion. Right? And the crazy part about those people coming to immigrate over here, it's gonna come to a point. It's gonna come to a point where you're gonna have to seek for the men of the Lord, the real men of the Lord, not those Christian pastors in the Christian church, those deacons. They can't do nothing for you. And stop looking at the white man like immigrating into his kingdom could do anything for you. The reason why you think you immigrate in a quote unquote Caucasian country, because in your mind, you were so indoctrinated by your oppressor. In your mind, that man's country that you're immigrating in, which is really not his country regardless, but that man's country that you're immigrating in, you understand, he has the same complexion as who you think is your savior, right? My friend, let's get that scripture real quick. Let's go to Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. Masood said, what you follow? We follow the Bible. I understand it's confusing for you. The Bible is not a religious book. The Bible are the historical records and the moral code of the 12 tribes of Israel, who are the people known today as Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Right? Let's get that precept I was talking about. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17 says, as for us, it's talking about the Israelites, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. Listen, it is whenever we immigrate to wherever, France, the UK, Spain, the US, we're watching them like, you know what? Integrating their society, that's the way out of hell. That's the way out of the hell that we're living in, which is not, Haitians that come over here, they're still oppressed. They're in the ghettos. Listen, there is so much police brutality over here. It's good night. There's more police brutality over here than probably any other country, whether it's, in the US. We still flood the prisons, We still flood the prisons. We're still, just like we're oppressed in South America, we're oppressed in North America. Immigration, again, I'm not stopping any brothers or sisters from immigrating anywhere. They have a better job opportunity, yes. But if you try to think that integrating in that society, following their culture is going to save you, listen, you're watching for a nation that cannot save you. America, the Caucasian Empire is only running because you're oppressed. It's only fruitful because you're oppressed. You understand? If it wasn't for your oppression, there wouldn't be no America. If it wasn't for the genocide that was committed on the Native Americans, there wouldn't be no America. There wouldn't be no Canada. You understand? None of that. It's that simple. Right? You cannot integrate. The oppressed cannot integrate with the oppressor. Integrating with your oppressor is like a group of zebras trying to integrate with the lions to stop being unalive, to stop being chased by predators. Imagine a group of zebras just walking in to a pride of lions. Right? That's us. We're that group of zebra trying to integrate. As a matter of fact, no, let me not do the lions dirty like that. We're a group of zebra or of sheep trying to integrate with a clan of hyena. That's what it is. I cannot do the lions dirty like that, but we're prey trying to integrate with a predator. That's it. Not saying that if you move into your predator's land, the grass is not greener. The fact that you're trying to integrate with a predator himself, that's where lies the problem. Because no lie, we're not going to lie to each other. They could be possibly better financial opportunities for brothers and sisters when they come over here. No sweat. But when trying to integrate into that society, when trying to act white, talk white, learn their curriculum, learn their way of life, which is just oppressing us, listen, this is not the key. You're going to see you're going to come over here, just like unfortunately, the brother had to experience himself, the brother in Florida. He's walking from whatever field he's working in. He's being apprehended by a sheriff. The sheriff suffers a heart attack. Now he's being charged with manslaughter. That brother is realizing behind bars, listen, I'm as oppressed in America as I was in Guatemala. Now, what that brother needs is a flyer from the prison department. And if he doesn't remain incarcerated, right, he needs to contact the school in Tampa, Florida. I think in Tampa, Florida. We have 2 schools in Florida. Anyways, he needs to contact a school in Florida. He needs to contact Captain Ashapariam. He needs to contact Officer Yashikar because he doesn't speak English or French. No sweat. Contact any Spanish-speaking brother, right, in the I.S.U.P.K. We'll get you right. Because physically, you're going to be in hell regardless. You could be in Dubai. You're still going to be in hell. There's a UK rapper, this brother, good night. He went to Dubai and now he's being incarcerated for smuggling, if you understand what it is, right? He must not have heard about Brittany Griner. Thing is that wherever we are, we're going to be in hell. That's what it's not about freeing our people physically. It's all spiritually. Why? Because spiritually, you're in hell regardless. Why? Because you follow after the state of mind of your oppressor. The reason why you do that is because of the indoctrination, because of Christianity. That's it. And because a lot of brothers over here are like, you know what? They seen what Martin Luther King did. They thought, you know what? He brought a piece of heaven to the ghetto. Listen, that nigga only had a wet dream. Post-nut clarity, he realized, damn, that dream was really a nightmare. That's crazy. You understand? Let's keep reading a bit, right? Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Listen, this is exactly what happened. The brothers come over here thinking, you know, we're gonna have a chance in this oppressor's kingdom, right? Not realizing that, listen, you get off of work, or you go, or get off of work. These oppressors hunt your steps. They hunt, they crouching down like a predator, like a tiger in the tall grass. They crouching down, they're looking at you from far. And for those who don't know, tigers are orange, right? With black stripes. In the eyes of the prey of the tiger, they cannot see orange. All they see is the tiger blending with the tall grass. So that oppressor right there, looking at you from far, preying on you, you can't see he's preying on you. You're too oblivious to the fact that he's a predator. You forgot that it's damn you forgot that you're a prey. You think you're on the same level as a tiger. Imagine that. That's the crazy part of it. Again, immigration is not is not the key. Is not the key to us getting out of hell, right? Not immigrating. I mean, it's whether you immigrate or not. The problem is that you're a slave mentally. Spiritually, you're a Christian. You're gonna come over here, immigrate, celebrate Christmas. Next thing you know, someone is in your family or in your neighborhood is unalived. You're gonna eat pork. You're gonna probably catch a ringworm or whatever worm they have in the port. You're gonna immigrate over here. You know, even if you fight all the gangs in Haiti, you come over here, you stay in Haiti. As long as you're not following the Most High, no, if you keep on disobeying the Most High, you're gonna remain in hell regardless. You know, it's simple. You need to abandon the mindset that you have. That mindset that was, you know, forced into you. You need to let it go. Damn near. Okay, when you come into the I.S.U.P.K, you're gonna be told like, over here you know nothing. Why? Because everything you know, it's not that you literally know nothing in a sense where there's not one thing you know, like 1 + 1 or 2 + 2. No, the point is, damn near everything you know is indoctrination that you got from your oppressor. You understand? Yeah, you have to be, because they conditioned you. The oppressor conditioned you to be a sinner and to be a good slave. You have to be reconditioned to be in the spirit of the Most High. That's it. You know, let me put it like that. Let me make it simple like that. You understand? Wherever you go is going to be the same regardless. Where's the proof? That brother is the proof. That brother from Guatemala being charged with manslaughter, he's the proof. Those brothers and sisters coming over here, right, from the West Indies, listen, They gentrifying. Officer Badger right on the live with me right now. He's in Toronto, right? They're gentrifying Little Jamaica. Little Jamaica, a little strip with a few black businesses. It's being gentrified, and listen, probably in a few years, it's not gonna be worth being called Little Jamaica anymore. You understand? Yeah, I'll so-called West Indian, come to Toronto, come to Vancouver, come to Montreal. If you still have that Christian mindset of, we'll all come together. What did it say in Jamaica again? Out of many, one people. That saying is destroying your people. Because it's not helping at all. It's destroying your people more than anything. Because now you're looking at your people with disgust. People are established over here for 4 or 5 generations. They're looking at the new immigrants like, they call us fresh off the boat. You understand? That division that you have is your downfall. Instead of mocking your brothers, quote unquote, fresh off the boat, help them establish themselves over here. Help them find a flight. Tell them, hey, listen, there's these brothers online. I think they're called the I.S.U.P.K. Guide them to the classes. We'll take care of them. You don't know how to take care of them? No sweat. We'll take care of them. You don't know how to love your brothers and sisters? No sweat. We're here to teach you how to love your brothers and sisters. And to stop trusting in your oppressor. Because what? Again, Lamentations 4 verse 17, as for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we watch for a nation that cannot save us. Listen, stop looking at your oppressor like he could do a damn thing for you. He can't. He can't. And for those who think, who are shocked at the amount of police brutality and unaliving, and that brother being, charged with manslaughter, let me tell you, let me show you the real spirit of the oppressor you're trying to join. Right? I'm going to show you their spirit so you can understand that it's pointless to a whole different level to try and join a people that, regardless of how bad you compromise to be accepted in their society, they'll never accept you. No matter how bad. Like, listen, you think immigration is a problem? Listen, if immigration was really a problem, right? You really have a problem with the immigrants. Why do they not have the Chinese working in the fields? Why do they not have the East Indians working in the field? Why it's only blacks and Latinos working in the fields? You understand? And then the finger is only pointing at us. Right? Ask yourself some questions. Stop repeating whatever your oppressor is saying. Yeah, the Mexicans coming over here. The Haitians flooding in. Listen, I was getting my hair braided one time, right? And that brother was saying, well, we have an immigration problem with all the Haitians coming over here, on my island. I think Grenada or whatever. Nigga, listen, you're in Canada right now. You're an immigrant yourself. So what are you talking about? Then I'm at the store, and when I'm about to pay for my stuff, the brother is saying, well, we have an immigration problem with the Mexicans. Brother, do you not hear yourself? Like, sometimes it's just it's really aggravating the way our people have been conditioned to hate themselves. Because yes, Mexicans are our people, Haitians are our people the same way. All y'all doing is just repeating whatever the white man is saying. At this point, I used to call y'all Uncle Toms, Coons. I call y'all Stevens. For those who don't know who Steven is the role that was portrayed by Samuel L. Jackson in Django. And that's the same spirit you have. Whatever Massa says, you say. And that speaks volumes, right? But let me show you that even if you repeat whatever Massa says, even if you What is, even if you act the way he acts, walk the way he walks, let me show you the true spirit of your master, right? Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. What does the word perpetual means? What does the word perpetual means? For those who don't know, I'm gonna give y'all the definition for time's sake. Perpetual, it means never ending or never changing or occurring repeatedly, so frequent as to seem endless and uninterrupted. That's the type of hatred they had towards us, and a hatred that was uninterrupted, perpetual, never ending, meaning ever long lasting. Listen, they hated us from day one. Jacob, listen, Esau hated Jacob up till this day. So don't be shocked at the treatment that you're receiving after immigrating, right? Like you think I'm shocked if not no, I would not say find out, but if I ever see Caucasians acting different with me than any other nation, you think I'll be shocked? I'm not surprised. You know, I'm not surprised at all. You understand? These cats, listen, they have a perpetual hatred against us specifically. Let me read that again. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. Listen, the time of our calamity, listen, as we're in the bottom of the barrel, living in the dirtiest ghettos and barrios right now, we're still oppressed and they still hate us. Like, it's not enough for them to oppress us to oblivion. They have to hate us even beyond the casket, beyond of us passing away, even before we're conceived. They have that hatred towards us. Immigrating in your oppressor's kingdom, integrating, is not the solution. It will never be the solution. Again, the solution is to gather together. How though? Right? I'm gonna bring you two precepts and show you how we need to gather together. Listen, we'll go to Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16, right? Give me 1 second. Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus said the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. You understand? The Lord will be a sanctuary to every single so-called quote-unquote immigrant coming over. To all the people who are born there, children of immigrants, to the so-called Native American Indians as well. Where's that sanctuary? That sanctuary, that safe haven, is in the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Outside the I.S.U.P.K, there is no brotherhood. There is nothing but schisms. There is nothing but schisms. Nothing else. You want to come immigrate over here? No sweat. Come to the I.S.U.P.K. We'll make sure you get hired. We'll make sure you get your paper. We'll take care of you. That's the point. We'll take care of you because no one gives a damn about our people. No one gives a damn about our people. Someone has to do it. Guess who does? Commanding General YAHANNA and the men under his command. That's it. That's who cares about so-called blacks, Latinos, and Natives American. No one else. And the reason why, again, you have to come into the ISUPK, because in the ISUPK, there's no if, there's no hot or cold, there's no lukewarm. Listen, we're one West. That's it. You understand? We're all on one accord. Right. Let me get that for y'all. As a matter of fact, let's go to the book of let's go to the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 2. Because y'all coming over here, gathering yourselves together, right? Y'all are Catholic and Baptists and Christians, not even agreeing on nothing. And then you still beef with each other. You come here talking about, you're Christians, the other come and say, you're a voodoo priest. Listen, you can't even agree with each other, and then you still unalive each other. So coming over here is one thing, or staying over there is another. It's all the same, but if you don't come into the ISUPK, you're not going to have the solution. We get that, right? Philippians chapter 2, verse 2, where it says, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded. What is this? What is it to be like-minded? To have the same state of mind, to have the same spirit, to think alike, to be like-minded. The mind is the same, to think alike. Let's keep reading. Having the same love, being of one accord and of one mind. Listen, you're going to come over here, going to come to the ISUPK. There's not going to be one that's Christian, one that's Baptist. There's not going to be one that's Muslim. Listen, we're all one West. We all believe the same thing. We all say the same. We might have different tastes of music, but that's irrelevant, right? Thing is that our spirit is the same. We love our people just like we love ourselves. You understand? We will never sleep with another man's wife. We will never whore out our sisters. We will look at a brother strung out on narcotics and get him all the help that brother needs. You understand? That's what we're here for. Listen, and that's all we do. That's all we've been doing since 1969. Hey, shout out Jimeo. Sorry for tuning into the class. That's all we've been doing since 1969. That's the only thing we've been doing since 1969. That's the only thing we'll keep on doing. Wake up our people and give them the help that they need, that they're not going to get from their oppressors, regardless of how bad and how much they beg the oppressor. They're not even going to get a breadcrumb from them. You understand? Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 25. We're going to end the class soon. Right. Give me 1 second. Let me post the sign out links in the chat. Again, we need to come together in that sanctuary that is talking about in Ezekiel that we just read is the ISUPK. What is a sanctuary? Sanctuary is a safe place. It's a safe haven. You understand? It's a haven for us. That's it. Where's the proof? The proof is that outside the ISUPK, you still getting oppressed, and it's hell that you cannot endure. You're not going to get shoulder to endure to the hell that you live in outside the ISUPK. Right? This is why it's so important for y'all to come together into that one body. Right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. I'm going to go down to verse 25 to show you that safe haven you're coming in, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, there's no, how you want to call it, there's no contention in a sense where we don't disagree on when it comes to the spirit. I mean, you could have, a favorite plate of food or a favorite taste of music whatsoever. That's irrelevant when it comes to the spirit. We all have the same spirit, that we're all like-minded. Right? 1 Corinthians chapter 12, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 25 says that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another. Listen, I love all my brothers the same. All my brothers and sisters the same. You understand? This is why I'm going to go to war for all my brothers and sisters the same. Right? Also, Zabajo, who was here, his daughter I would say that's my daughter, that's my niece. That's like my daughter, because that's my brother, you understand? But I'm gonna fight for my niece like she's my own daughter, flesh and blood, you understand? That's all we are in the that's how we are in the I.S.U.P.K. And that's how we should be in the first place. And that's how it's going to be after Christ comes back. There's not gonna be no schism. There's not gonna be no there's not going to be no disagreement, no argument about, how we should think or how our spirit is between brothers. No, listen, we're all going to think alike, follow the same protocols, follow the same moral code, yes, which is what we should have been doing from the longest time, which is what the I.S.U.P.K has been teaching you for the longest time. Right? Let's read that again. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 25 says that there should be no schism in the body, that the members should have the same care for one another. Listen, all those immigrants coming over here, don't hate on the people who have already been established. And those people who already been established, don't hate on the newcomers either. Don't, just gather together and contact the closest I.S.U.P.K near you. That's all you need to do. You understand? Matter of fact, we're going to make a two-part class on this one, right? We're going to end it right here. Let me get the security announcements. You're going to have to stop following after your oppressor, right? We're going to end the class right here. We'll continue next week, right? From now on, you're going to see the Brotherhood class on Tuesday. It might be another officer, but no sweat. Again, immigration is not the key. Immigration is not the way out of hell. Immigration is not the way out of hell. Coming together under one banner, having the same spirit, the same state of mind is what will save our people. Is what will make this hell, is what will make us endure this hell until Christ comes back. That's all it is. But that's it. We're going to end the class right here. You understand? We get a security announcements, right? We are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of any increase. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amounts you'd like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have the Feast of Purim coming up, which would be the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, following Thursday, the 22nd of February, and Friday, the 23rd of February, 2024. Read more about it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. And reminder to all Akim and Aquatin to check the bulletin board in the hallway of their school to have a physical location. And if anybody wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boot shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, with that said, we'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the teachers. To the sisters, Salakia. Menavijal Amajam, which means to stand, we'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Menavijal Amajam Shabbat. Amajam, Barak. Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahushai Brakatham, which means Yahweh in the name of Yahushai bless y'all. Yajamata, which means hands down. Sar, so which means to turn. So turning face the sisters, if you have any in your presence, we'll give them a courtesy salute as well. Menavijal Amajam Shabbat. Majam, Barak. Yahweh Shamar Athan Ba Hashem Yahushai. Meaning Yahweh watch over y'all or protect y'all in the name of Yahushai. Yajamata, class dismissed. We'll see you next week. And don't forget, we also have the Lord's 55th annual Passover coming up April 20th, 2024. It'll be in Durham, North Carolina.
I know exactly what they want. I know exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name, they